Domestic violence can be a really important factor in divorce cases, especially if children are involved. If there is proof of domestic violence by one parent, then there is an actual legal presumption that that parent should not get custody of the children in the case. A protection order, or a protection from abuse order, which we call shorthand a PFA, is something that people file on their own a lot of times. When there's been abuse, it can be filed independently of a divorce before the divorce process has started, especially if there's been an arrest involved. If you file for divorce after you have filed a PFA, those actions are consolidated and the same judge will hear both of them. The benefit to having a PFA is if the offending spouse violates it, they can be arrested because that in and of itself is a criminal offense to violate the terms of an existing PFA. The division of debts in a divorce can be tricky, especially if you have joint debts that both people are liable on. We want to try to get as much of the debt paid off as possible, but when that's not possible, you have to go through a process where you either refinance a debt into one person's name from two people's names, or you have to have an order that says that one of the two people is responsible for the debt. If the person responsible for the debt fails to pay it, then the other spouse will probably have to go after them in court to get the money back if they've been pursued by that creditor. A prenup agreement is a valid, enforceable contract. And if you've gone into a marriage with a prenuptial agreement that is done the correct way, it will determine the outcome of your divorce. The one area that it cannot control is what happens with your children. In general, if you are in the middle of a divorce that is not finalized, you will file for taxes the same way that you have filed during your marriage. If you are divorced on December 31st, then that will control your filing status as far as the IRS is concerned for that tax year. There may be some additional really complicated things as far as prior existing taxes from the time when you were married to your spouse, and you will need to seek professional tax advice from a tax attorney or a CPA to figure out how to deal with that kind of tax debt.